Feliz Natal, my Jigglebillies! This is Un, and we are going to do some side quests before we set sail for Earth Untrue's Terra. First of all, in the Magician's District of Cadobado, we're going to head into the magic school and talk to this guy who says that his ring was stolen by the Donphan gang. Well, we can't let a crime go unsolved in this kingdom, so we're going to talk to his teacher who says that a parrot supposedly overheard the location of the Donphan gang in the soldier district of Cadobado. So we're going to go head on over to the soldiers district. Simple enough. Cube wipe. The parrot lives in the first accessible house to the right of the sword statue, so first going to find the sword statue to orient myself. And we can't go into this house, so it will be the next one. And there's our parrot, who tells us that the Donphan gang is based in the village of Nelt. So, of course, our next stop is going to be Nelt, where the horses run free. To a land where the horses run free. Man, I'm really dating myself there, I'm sure. Anyway, meat. Now then, if we head to the lower floor of the pub, we find this fine father and daughter, who we'll talk to in a moment. But first, getting our meat cooked, so we can up the old max HP a little further. We are full of meat, not unlike Gamera. Kind of weird that all the pubs, they'll cook anything that you bring to them, but they only actually serve one thing. We will be back for the special. I didn't think to get it right now, but don't worry, I won't miss it entirely. Anyway, the father and daughter there tell you that they saw the Donphan gang acting all suspicious around a side street in town here. So after we finish doing our usual wolfings down, we will head on to that side street and see if we can't track down the Donphan gang and the ring that they stole. I think that's our side street. Now, we've got another mansion-type dungeon, it appears. And I believe our quarry is in the lower right, so that's the way we're going to go. We certainly don't need to see another bandit battle. Moving right along. This is looking pretty easy, not too many combats here. Oh, spoke too soon. Well, it's another actually ochre jelly, but we still don't need to see it. And this is the final room, I believe. Ah, there they are. And I believe they're having an argument here over being spotted by the parrot. And Gradriel herself has been spotted, and makes her usual "desist, you villains" type speech. But who's this? Proserpina. The hell is she doing here? And she tells Gradriel she'll take care of this one. And complains to the Donphan gang about them stealing one of her wands. To which she promptly frogifies the minor bandits. Donphan himself, not too impressed. And Proserpina decides that maybe she'll let Gradriel take care of this one after all. So we now have to fight Donphan, who is a completely vanilla barbarian. But as it is a scripted battle, I'll go ahead and leave it in. So while that's going on, what's new in the land of Un? Ah yes, 'tis the season for dreaded fraud. Yes, today I found a nearly $900 fraudulent charge on my main credit card, which is kind of a bitch. The charge was only made today, though, so I was able to get that reported right away, and apparently they should have a replacement card to me with a replacement account number by tomorrow, so yay for that. And that's it for Donphan. And there's the ring we've been looking for. Gradriel, why you fail at eggs? Anyway, back in Nelt, we're going to go ahead and pick up the special. And it's meat. Our young lass is very carnivorous today. Anyway, for more side questing, we backtrack a little bit to Frogger Pond. Unlike most Froggers, these don't seem to be hostile. And this one is complaining about a myconid poisoning all the bugs in the area, so they have nothing to eat. Well, Gradriel cannot tolerate injustice even to frogs. So we're gonna go see if we can't find that myconid and bring him to justice. He's just off to this little forest area to the right here. There he is. Well, he's a level 40 myconid, but still a freaking myconid. Nothing too challenging here aside from the odd hallucination or two. I hate when I miss with my fishbone. Yeah, nothing new here. I don't believe myconids have any new moves at this sort of level, and if they do, he didn't show any. And it's back to Frogger Pond, where we report our success, of course. And in return, we get the ancient key, which is going to open that giant gate south of Cemetereth, right by the pumpkin house. So we've got a long backtrack to do all the way past the pumpkin house and Cemetereth. And you may recall this gate. which supposedly leads to the spirit world, although it doesn't really in plot terms. And we'll just have a little snack before we head on in, and see what kind of ultimate reward our Myconid slaying do-goodery has to offer us. Click, and in we go. Just another cave-style dungeon, which we should make short work of. Let's see, we'll need to head a little left and then down and so on and so forth. We're getting a lot more dungeons lately that kind of change their background set halfway through. I suppose it's always nice to have a little variety. And we should have our destination right about here. It looks like our dungeon boss will be a pretty garden variety Geist armor. I can't get over how thick that shield is. There's really no way that you would ever have to worry about someone breaking down your guard with that, I guess. And no surprise, it makes a fairly solid throwing weapon. Geist armors can be hard to land your Shoryuken on for pretty much the same reason as ghouls. They can just interrupt your attack between, well, you know what I'm trying to say. My English is not serving me well today. Invincibility? Why not? Except that I can't get it drunk in time. Bonk. I don't know why, I'm just in a mood for hitting things with used up items mood today. Oh, nice block, but won't save you. Ah, and it looks like our reward is the second piece of the legendary musical score. That's 2 down, just 1 more to go. As usual, we'll cut out the return trip. And it's back to Kadobato to give the mage back his ring. And our reward for bringing the ring back from the Donphan gang is the 4th piece of fairy candy, the attack drop. You know Arya's revenge attacks, where we get knocked down and she hits an enemy? This lets her do multiple hits with that attack for more damage. Anyway, that takes care of the side quests for now, so we're going to head back to Leland and to the docks, where we'll have a chat with the sailor here. And in brief, we're just telling him that we want to sail to Earth-on-True's Terra, where that other entrance to the spirit world is allegedly to be found. because we've still got a sister to rescue. And here I'm just confirming that I'm ready to go. And here, you can walk around on the ship, but it's constantly moving. You basically just have to wait for it to reach Tarantura's Terra. And you'll occasionally have random battles along the way, some of which are interesting, some of which are not. Well, we've certainly seen our share of, I almost said dolphins, of goblins before, but I'm going to leave this fight in because they're rather high-level goblins, and they have a new attack, which is planting bomb seeds. Which is surprisingly harmful. Those bombs hurt a lot. And they aim right for you, it seems, when they pop off the plant. So as you can see, at high enough levels, even certain fodder monsters can be somewhat dangerous. Between the bomb plants, the whistle attack, and stuff like that, these guys have actually managed to do a pretty good chunk of damage to me. But in the end, they fall like their brethren before them. Oh. Looks like the captain has not given up his piratical ways. I suppose when your name is Big Hook, you've got your head pierced with an arrow and a spring leg and a hook hand. Your career options are somewhat limited. Although I suppose if you're able to survive bisection and just casually put yourself together after you've had your torso severed, that's got to be marketable somehow. Now you see the attack drop in action. I keep forgetting that hook extension hits on the way back. See, there I am forgetting it again. Damn it. Alright, that's quite enough out of you. Wow. If there's one thing to be said for Big Hook, he's a resilient fucker. Either that or he has a mutant healing factor. He also carries a lot of meat with him. Now stay gone. Look at the map, you can see the ship moving toward its destination. And we're just about there. Alright, we've arrived at Earth on True's Terra, and we will just have to investigate this cave now. We've seen Geist armors today, so we'll cut that one out. I like how Gradriel's last bite of fish is pretty much just a little bit of garnish. Oh, well, here's something unusual for a random battle. And a worthy target for our fish bones. Note to self, they can turn around before releasing their fireball. Important safety tip. It certainly does like that fireball. Now, as impressive as Big Hook's ability to restore himself from bisection, I should be impressed with the demon's ability to restore themselves from skeletalization. You know, just being totally reduced to bones, but I don't know, it's somehow less impressive coming from, you know, some hell beast as opposed to just a fat guy with a pirate hat. Anyway, enough of that, we found the cave. Now, the layout's a bit more complex than what we've seen in the past. Matter of fact, I go the wrong way at first. But as always, you do get a map, it's just a matter of looking at it sufficiently carefully. Yeah, that way's not going to get me there. Rewind. Well, now we should be on the right track. Of course, got to deal with a bit of hot zombie action first. This dungeon is somewhat unusual in that it explicitly tells us where the destination is, with that second exit marker at the lower right. Most of the time you just kind of have to divine that the far point of the dungeon is where you're supposed to go. And we're now at the deepest level. We just have to pass through one more door, and we should be just about there. something is afoot. Hey, it's Edward. And he is getting his shit kicked in. This is the demon Bloody, who it appears guards the gates to the spirit world found in this cave. Well, we're just gonna have to avenge our boy Edward. We can't do shit. Hey, it's that unicorn whose kid we saved way back earlier in the game. Well, we have been teleported to safety, but Edward is fucking dead. This won't do at all. Well, we certainly can't proceed on to the spirit world with Bloody guarding the way. But it seems that Edward's dragon friend Heimdall, who he previously mentioned, may know of a way to deal with this very bad situation we find ourselves in, to have a way to rescue Edward from his fate and defeat Bloody. Well, we're back in Nelt, so we'll take a moment to food up. And then we can head on to Heimdall's cave, which we have been informed is just to the west of here, I believe. Yep, there it is. More of a southwest, I suppose. And we do encounter one semi-new type of enemy here, the Ice Dragon, which is a palette swap, as is pretty apparent, and has all the normal dragonish attack patterns. The only big difference here is it has some different drops, like the Holy Scroll here. The Holy Scroll being a smart bomb type attack that's effective against demons and undead. And also the Ice Dragon's breath weapon is, as you might expect, ice instead of fire. Which means that for purposes of weaknesses and resistances, it does ice damage and is strong against ice attacks and weak against fire. The freezing effect from the ice gem does still work on it, though. Which is nice because it's giving them out like candy. And we always like dragon meat. Puts hair on your chest. Well, actually, Gradriel probably doesn't want that, but the important thing is the extra max HP. Too bad I didn't kill it. That would be kind of funny to slay a dragon with an empty jar. Oh well. Oh, more dragon meat. This guy really hooked us up. Nothing else happens along the journey, so we'll just cut on to Heimdall's cave. And our exit, or rather our destination, is the lower right branch of the cave, which is fairly nicely outfitted. I believe the lower left branch doesn't have anything in it but a bit of treasure, so we're not going to bother ourselves with that. Tarantura. One really weird thing about tarantula fights, the monster name and level at the beginning sometimes says tarantula correctly, and sometimes it says the Englishy Tarantura. I don't know why there are two entries for it. Oh, me, we need to go down. Good me. Now, oddly enough, I think that Tarantura is the only random encounter we have in this entire caving expedition. The rest of the way will be clean sailing up to Heimdall. And he's back in the door there. Well, Heimdall looks pretty much like every other dragon, but at least he's not trying to kill us. And apparently his idea for handling the whole Edward fiasco is to go back in time to just before Edward was killed. And amazingly enough, he knows a way to do that. However, being the sort of avaricious, hoarding type dragon, as you can see by his living chamber there, he wants something from us first, and that is the magic gem of Earth. Well, no one knows as much about gemcraft and, well, Earth as the dwarfs, so we'll be heading back to Dwarfland in order to see if there's any way we can get him to spot us that gem. However, that is going to be for next video. So while Gradriel continues to horf down dragon meat, I will bid you farewell, and very happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Felicitous Decemberween, Joyous Kwanzaa, and what have you. Always a pleasure to have you along, and I do hope the holidays treat you well. Bouncy bones. Anyway, that's enough out of me. This has been This has been I Played a Thing, Princess Crown, and I'll see you again soon. Till next time.